Hello everyone, it's good to be back. Sorry about the long delay, been lots going on, but I'm out. What I'm doing at the moment is, with work I have to do every so often what's called a reserve period, and that's where I have to be close to the airport for a number of days, covering sickness and so on. So I'm kind of available at 2 hours notice for periods of time, so I have to stay down here because I live in Yorkshire normally, but I stay at some digs in Windsor, which is about 4 or so miles to the west of London. And one of the advantages of being down here is I can go and get some flint, because funny enough, flint actually runs out and you lose the edge on it, and I don't like to take too much, and after a while you realise I actually need a bit more. So a friend of mine who lives opposite is a geologist, and he's brilliant. He sort of brings up these maps and tells me where the sort of flint should be, and so I'm on my way up to the nearest village is actually called Turville, which has a little bit of history because there's a lot of filming for various movies and so on happen around there. Chitty Chitty Bang Bang probably be about the most famous one, and most recently I think Killing Eve was there's a bit of that filmed in Turville village. So all around there are these amazing flint plains, which I'm going to go and grab a few pieces, but rather than just do that, I'm going to find a bit of woodland as well and make myself a bit of lunch. And simple little video, but I hope you enjoy it.
It really is a lovely day today. I don't even need this coat. It's the end of October and we've got about 17-18 degrees. You'll hear a bit of aircraft noise occasionally during the video, I'm afraid. We're very close to White Waltham Aerodrome, which is a lovely little, well, very busy light aircraft aerodrome now with an enormous amount of history. And whoa! Talking to you, falling over. And they fly quite a lot of small vintage aircraft out of there as well, so the engines are quite chuggy. It's great to hear, but you don't get that sort of smooth distant noise of the sort of Lycoming engine or whatever. So yeah, occasionally you'll hear aircraft noise. I can't avoid that, but it's just nice to know these, oh, and helicopters. It'd be nice to know these little aircraft are still flying and still got enthusiastic people looking after them. So the YouTube channel, as I was sort of saying in the car, I apologise that there's so few and far between the videos at the moment, but I'm just taking too much on and something's got to give, and I don't want it to be the YouTube channel. I pretty much at work full time now, which is taking up a lot of the month. I've got a lot of building work going on, and I fly for the Royal Air Force a couple of times a month, and I've also been invited to be on the staff of a new flying club that's opened near me called the Yorkshire Aviation Academy, as a shout out for them, which are working out of what was RAF Church Fenton, is now called Leeds East Airport. And it's a really lovely setup, encouraging certainly young people to start out in the world of aviation to do their private pilot's licence, and it's very nice to be a part of that. Something is going to give, as I said, and I think I'm just going to have to say goodbye to the Air Force flying. It's brilliant to do, but to keep what's called currency, recency, and keep the sort of momentum going of flying, I have to do it quite a lot more than I've actually got the time for. So I'm going to give it another month or two with that, and then put my papers in and finally hang up my uniform. But it's been an absolute blast. I've really enjoyed it, and I'll let some young blood come in and do the job. But for now, let's get back to this video. I'm just walking through the woods now, and I see that a field's just opening out in front of me, which I can already see is absolutely covered in flint. So I'll pick up a few pieces and then we'll get into the woods beyond, and we'll make a cup of tea because I'm absolutely parched. I'm just at the edge of this field here, and it's quite incredible
just a mass of flint, and I just want a few pieces. I'm just looking for kind of half moon shaped bits with a nice edge. They don't have to be big bits. In fact, sometimes the smaller bits can hold an edge for a lot longer. So I'm just going to have a little search around. I mean, look, there's bits like this lying around, which are obviously far too big, but there's no shortage of it. So I'm just going to go up the sort of perimeter of this field, pick up a few bits, and then get myself into the woods. There's already, oh, that's a really nice bit there with a good edge. I'll show you this. There you go, it's a nice small bit, good edge along there, and that'll make a good spark with a bit of steel. So that's all I need. Just 6 pieces there, some really nice edges on there. Need a bit of surface area so that you can hold a piece of char cloth onto there if that's what you're using. So that's really nice there. You can hold the char cloth on the surface and strike, and a really sharp edge on that one. You can always make and sharpen the edges by sort of trimming them off, but there you go, there's some good pieces in there. It should last me the next season.
I've got a couple of stoves with me today. One of them you've seen, which is the Soulo Windmaster, lovely little foldable stove, need a gas canister for that. But another one that I've been sent is this little stove here by SBP, and it's a really tiny little outfit. And in this bag here there's a really neat, very light little device which, well, on the one thing it supports the mess burner, this bit, and on the other hand it works as a windbreak as well, and it's also got a little reflector plate for the bottom to make sure none of the heat is wasted. So I'm looking forward to giving that a go, and I think I'll just fire that up now with to get a cup of tea on the go. So yeah, let's see how this performs.
I like to do this with cold hands. And so this bit just folds out. In there are a couple of supports for the pot. Yeah, and I think that's if the pot's got a handle. You can actually sit the handle outside, but I bought a pot without a handle, which is a bit daft, but I think that looks pretty good. That's the little mess burner, which has got a sealable cap, so that obviously if you leave a bit of unused mess you can just seal it up and take it away safely without having to drain it. So quite like the look of that. There we are, I've got a pot with a measured cup of water in there. I like that.
Well, it's not going to be the quickest boil in the world, but do I care? I'm out and I'm in the woods. I've been giving an awful lot of thought to, as I said, the sort of work-life balance at the moment, and really want to continue with this YouTube channel, which I hope most of you will be pleased to hear. But it's weird, the sort of pressure that I feel to go out and do something really adventurous for you, the viewers, you know, something that's a bit wild and wacky. And yeah, I'm going to do plenty of that. You know, I've got a few sort of good ideas coming up, and I've got some reviews that I must do as well. But the main thing is, and I just thought today, just go out and make a cup of tea, because quite a lot of people just like that maybe housebound or can't get out for one reason or another, sometimes just like to see something a little bit different. And I tell you something, it's really good for my head. Rather than just going into the kitchen and boiling a kettle, it's quite nice. Sometimes I actually go into the garage and I get a little bit of flint and steel and a bit of char cloth, and I just make a spark, get that char cloth going, and then put the sort of ember out, just to sort of know that you've still got these skills. And I often go into the garage and fire up a little camp stove to make a cup of tea rather than boiling the kettle. It's just really good for the head, and I just thought, well, why do you have to do something mega for the channel every time? And so I just go out, have a cup of tea, make a bit of lunch, and just have a chat with you, which is what I'm doing. So I hope it's good enough for you. It's certainly already feeling a lot better in my head. I don't like being cooped up, and I found this lovely little bit of woodland. It was such a nice drive out here, sort of go from Windsor. I had to pop into Slough to pick up some methylated spirits, and then sort of over the bridge at Marlow into the Chiltern Hills here, which is just fantastic with these amazing autumnal colours. It's the end of October now, so yeah, well, actually it's beginning to boil, that pot, and that's only after about 3 or 4 minutes, so really for a tiny little mess burner I'm pretty impressed. So cup of tea it is. As he realises he hasn't brought a tea bag. Oh no! All this UHT milk. Oh, I'll tell you, I've seen something that I quite like. Oh dear. Well, I've got the choice of either a double choc mocha or some miso, Itsu miso drink. I think I'll go for the coffee. Oh well, you can tell it's impromptu. That's quite nice. I had my heart set on a really nice strong cup of tea though, and when when I'm sort of laser targeted in that area, it's a bit of a disappointment, but that's what you get with me. Warts and all video, no clever editing. I'm not about to go back to my digs and get a tea bag, but cheers all. It's pretty good actually. Right, I'm going to make a simple sort of lunch, and I'll show you the ingredients that I've got. I've just got some streaky bacon in one of these Versabags, reusable sealable sort of plastic bags here. Got some halloumi cheese, coconut oil, got an avocado there, and what else we got? Oh yeah, some Pitta bread there, and I'm just going to do some fried bacon and halloumi, smashed avocado in a nice sort of Pitta pocket, and I'll just use coconut oil for frying the bacon and halloumi. Just going to use this Soto Windmaster little stove. I was really pleased with it, did a mini review on it on the last video. Got a self-igniter there, and quite a good sort of spread for decent pot support. And with a little bit of coconut oil, you don't actually need much, because the bacon should produce quite a bit of fat. pop some strips of halloumi in there. Squishy cheese. Just while that's cooking down, I'm going to open up one of these pittas. And get some avocado in there. Bit crispy. Oh well. I'll underdo the other side of it. And here we go, load up. Some crispy bacon. Wow, silly boy. Halloumi. And I think that looks, oop, there you are, pretty good to me. So no plate, no cutlery, nothing to wipe my hands on, really organised today, but this is what it's all about. You know, just being out in the woods. So let's give this a go. Oh wow, just look at that. Simple, simple. Fried halloumi, bacon, bit of avocado in a ready-made Pitta pocket. Just can't beat it. Well, I ended up having 2 of those. Absolutely delicious, and I'm very, very full. The good news for me, at least, is that in the bottom of my bag I found one of these coffee brewers. I'd looked at it on the last video, so I won't go on, but it's I was really looking forward to just a nice normal coffee after that meal, so this is saved my life. And one thing I did remember to bring, out of all the things I forgot, was a little bit of milk. So coffee with milk to end off what was a really, really nice lunch. No spoons, a stick will do. Oh, that's good. Tastes even better, as it was a surprise. Didn't realise I had that little sachet in the bottom of my pack, so that's brilliant. Well, that's about it. Simple video. I really hope that it's been enough sort of content for you just to have a little catch up, let you know what's been going on, let you know that I've got to sort out my work-life balance a little bit, because I love doing these YouTube videos. So as I said, something's got to give me a little bit more time to get out and make these. So yeah, I'll just got to learn to keep things simple, and maybe that's a little message for people that are watching. Don't feel that you know, you have to do anything really elaborate to just enjoy what you've got around you. I think you don't need much space to be able to get away from a footpath, fire up a simple stove, make a cup of tea, because it's really good for certainly in there, and you know, my cup is overflowing at the moment with things I've got to do and so on, but this has just made me chill out a little bit. So I hope that you can maybe manage to do the same. Get out, make a cup of tea, or just get in the garden, make a spark, just show that you can sort of make fire from nothing, something like that, because it's really good. I'll work on my next video. I can't decide whether I'm going to do a review or not. I've got a couple of items that were sent to me which I've been meaning to try out, so I'll probably get a couple of reviews done very shortly. But for now, yeah, it was really great to see you, and thanks very much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you again.